There's a growing feeling of hysteria, conditioned to respond to all the threats and the rhetorical speeches of the Soviets.
This film, shot secretly by a West German television crew on Tuesday, shows one of the Soviet convoys on the move in northern Iran. The convoys were first spotted by United States satellites on Monday, moving across 3 of the mountain passes leading from the Soviet Union. The Soviet foreign minister has defended the incursions and has accused the United States of deliberately prompting last week's coup in Iran. Speaking on his arrival in Vienna, Mr. Gromyko claims the Soviet vehicles were responding to appeals from the legitimate government.
Are you being serious? Of course I'm being serious. I'm not being more serious than life.
American covert activities in Iran in the period immediately preceding the coup as destabilizing.
Are you sure?
The United States of the danger
Definitely.
Of what he called an easy return.
I'm normally as regular as clockwork. Anyway, what if I am? It's not the end of the world, is it?
And now a look at programmes later this evening on BBC One.
And don't forget number 24 today.
What?
I said don't forget number 24 today. You're going to run your ear in with them things on all the time, you know.
Speedway 6 power.
Please.
Generals aboard!
Morning,
sir. How are you? Welcome aboard.
How are you? Thank you very much. Morning, everybody. Stand easy, please. How's everybody today? Good. 192. Everything key? Thank you very much.
Higher headquarters missions being flown today. We have 1 flying from Hickam to Kadena, 8 F-4s, 4 KC-135s. They were executed by the SAC Underground at 04:15 this morning. The President is located in Camp David. The Commander-in-Chief of Europe is out of position until the 21st, and the Vice Think SAC is at Andrews for the day. He'll be back later this evening at approximately 1900 Zulu.
Okay. This is the current world intelligence situation, and you might pay particular note to the nuclear submarines off the east and west coast.
Okay.
The SAC Airborne Command Post with a communications check. How do you hear me?
I'll be pleased to review those efforts.
Commander 584, you are cleared for takeoff. Proceed.
Care for some coffee, General?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
American and Israeli search and rescue vessels in the area today came across debris and oil slicks that could only have come from the missing submarine. It's still being said in Washington that the Los Angeles was on a routine reconnaissance mission off the coast of Iran when she sank last Tuesday with the loss of all hands. After paying tribute to her 127 officers and men, the President went on to say that he held the Soviet Union solely responsible for their deaths and for the vessel's disappearance.
The unprovoked attack on our submarine and the move into Iran are the actions of a reckless and warlike power. I have to warn the Soviets in the clearest possible terms that they risk taking us to the brink of an armed confrontation with incalculable consequences for all mankind.
According to NATO intelligence reports, as of this morning, there are now 3 Soviet tank divisions poised along the Fulda Gap. The United States issued a strong protest regarding the Soviet presence in an emergency session of the UN Security Council this morning. A protest responded to indirectly this afternoon by Soviet foreign ministers meeting in Brussels for trade talks with a common market. Speaking with ABC News, the Soviet foreign minister claims the United States had the cart before the horse.
You can answer one question, can't you? That won't hurt you none.
Oh, you've been talking to Marilyn, haven't you?
Yeah, she told me about the scholarship in Boston.
She said you were just marvelous about it.
I think I handled myself pretty well. It's good to see her so excited about the move.
Is that what's important? How excited she is? She'd follow Gary and that old rattletrap to Nome or New Mexico. She only applied to Boston because he was...
Wait a minute, let me turn this up.
Please, listen. I have been listening to that thing all day.
The blockade of West Berlin continues. The action follows reports earlier this evening of widespread rebellion among several divisions of the East German Army. To repeat, East Germany tonight sealed off the borders to West Berlin, closing the 4 principal West German access corridors at Lauenburg, Helmstedt, Ehrlichhausen, and Rudolfstein.
I don't believe this is happening.
You want to go in the living room and watch?
I just want to go upstairs and get into bed. With you.
Punch up number 5. Let me see what you have.
Yes, sir. 22 Typhoon-class submarines departing Petropavlov, turning southbound at Nordkap, bearing 095 degrees.
Sergeant, I hope you like vodka.
Yes, sir. I just hope they don't make me eat none of them damn fish eggs.
Sir, the Soviets are denying any increase in their submarine deployment. They want to know what the hell we're doing provoking.
They're full of shit. We know they're down there. We'll blow their ass out of the water.
By the game. That was all for the Phillips. Now Warner, with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball of his, is challenging McCord. The runners take their lead. Now the pitch to McCord.
Wait!
A little bit low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strike.
Come here! If I catch you, I'm gonna kill you.
Now the runners take their lead.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report. East Germany tonight tightened its stranglehold on West Berlin by halting all air traffic in and out of Tegel and Tempelhof airports, severing the city's lifeline to the west. This action has been condemned by NATO foreign ministers as a blatant, unconscionable violation of international law. Tomorrow, Berlin time, that's 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, would be regarded as an act of war. After an emergency meeting with cabinet and congressional leaders of both parties, the president tonight declared all United States military personnel on worldwide Stage 2 alert. Soviet Ambassador Anatoly Karagin was summoned to the White House 3/4 of an hour ago.
The best of the weather again to...
Agents left RAF Bryce Norton this morning.
Oh,